Hi, magandang Jansan to my Doctor in Sustainability classmates and faculties in charge, led by Dr. Joanne Serrano. Please join me today as I walk you through a farm that is very close to my heart and one of the main reasons why I pursued a doctorate in sustainability. I'd like you to enjoy the natural sound bites as I walk. But I'd like to introduce this farm. This farm is a family farm. It is owned by my in-laws. Currently, there are 4 siblings left in the family, and my husband is among the 2 who's taking charge of this farm. Ito po yung primary reason why I wanted to pursue a degree in sustainability. So before I talk to you about the farm, I'd like to introduce myself to you first. I am Fräulein A. Oclarit. I live and work here in General Santos City. For my overseas classmates, General Santos City is in South Central Mindanao, Philippines. So let me tell you a story about how my love for the farm began. You see, in the pandemic, we did not have a place to go. So we were actually forced to visit the farm. Earlier, we had not been able to visit the farm for a lot of different excuses. Our careers being one of them. So we were forced by the pandemic to visit the farm because it was the only place that we could probably go to. So as you can see here, there is a tree, cacao tree, na napakarami pong bunga. So I'd like to think of this tree as a semiotic manifestation of success. So, ang kwento po ng cacao farm namin ay kwento ng pag-asa at pag-ahon. So, basically, it's a story of resilience. Noong 2020 po, nung simula kaming bumalik dito, yung caretaker po told us that the cacao trees were hopeless. They were bearing fruits, but when you open the pod, 90% to 95% po ng cacao ay sira. So imagine, because this is only just one of the 400 plus trees here of cacao. So nag-harvest kami ng harvest, and we would turn in sacks and sacks of cacao fruits, pero to end up only with less than a pail of cacao seeds. And we were very frustrated. So, inaral po namin. Inaral ng mabuti. And thanks to YouTube and the online readings that we have access to, inaral namin if there is a chance na makasurvive pa yung mga cacao trees. Sayang naman kasi yung investment ng 450 trees. And much more, yung magiging bunga nito could be turned into a lot of different products. So we really tried to understand siguro na maybe yung pagsintensya ng cacao trees as hopeless by the caretaker was probably because he does not have sufficient information, or baka tamad lang siya. We did not really know. So inaral po namin yung paligid ng farm, and we would see meron pong mga puno ng saging. Katabi nito, meron ding nyog, meron ding mangga. So, samot-saring puno sa paligid nito. Sinubukan namin unawain kung paano sila nag-interact with each other. Especially if meron ng mga ini-inject na poisonous substances in one of the trees, especially the mangoes. So, ang hirap pong intindihin. It took a lot of time. It was as if we were actually enrolled in a course. So napakarami po naming natutunan sa pagpunta-punta namin sa farm. Simula nung 2020 until now. Ngayon po, I could say na may nagawa naman kami sigurong significant. Because all the trees have survived. All of them are now bearing good fruits. And pag binuksan po natin ang cacao pods this time, 95 to 99% na itong maayos. Pero ang dami pa rin pong kailangan gawin. At doon po nakatuon yung aking attention. Ang aming attention ng asawa ko. Trying to understand how we could sustain, kasi very labor intensive siya. And if it is labor intensive, it's also capital intensive. So I recognize, of course, that ang dami pang pwedeng gawin. There are a lot of things that we can do. So I hope to learn from you and also to help you learn from me and from my experience. So I look forward to that learning interaction with all of you. Maraming salamat po for engaging me in this conversation.